close. I'm close to a breakthrough. So I've been doing some thinking. Some of the first vehicles I owned, carburetor, 8-cylinder, powerful American cars. When they start wearing out, well, they was already worn out because they were used engines. I can distinctively remember the elder mechanics saying, change your oil. I'm like, yeah, but I just changed my oil. No, son, that's not what I'm saying. You need to get you a straight weight. Don't mess around with that half crap. Get you a straight weight. It's thicker. Fast forward to today, GM has found themselves replacing a lot of motors. I don't think they got that many motors in stock. But to offer some relief to their customers, under certain conditions, they have told their customers use a thicker oil. Use a thicker oil. There was no sign that them engines was going to just catastrophically fail like that. Who knew? The bearings wore out. That was just one engine. Then another motor they had problems with, it was the collapsible lifters. My God. So far, I know Castrol works. Castrol works pretty good, but I hit a snag because the Castrol that I used for the Malibu, God rest his soul, isn't the same formula that I used in this turbocharger. So I'm thinking, is it the oil? Is it the engine? Should be the engine, should it? Well, I've done many videos on the Castrol versus whoever. I'm not going to bore you with all those details. I'll just say that on my turbocharged vehicle journey, I've come to a fork in the road. Do I stick with the 530 or do I venture off and do as the elders told me to and use a thicker oil? Now, I understand they were saying use a straight weight because it was thicker, but just hear me out. What if it was based on principle and experience? These old mechanics, they've been doing this for a long time. Now, yeah, they got their biases, but the thing about principles is it can be adapted to different time periods. They had air filters in the 70s. They got air filters now. The location might have changed, but they still got air filters. The air filter box is changed, but it still houses the air filters. Small ones, big ones, round ones. It's, in principle, it still operates like an air filter. So I want to know what other oils will work on a GM besides Castrol. And why did Castro fall short this time? Is it the turbo itself, or is it that damn VVT system? Because the VVT system is supposed to help adjust the valves. If that's not working because it's clogged up, worn out, you're going to have problems. If your bearings are bad, it's going to put more work on the engine. So, on my list, of course, if I haven't said it before, I'll say it again. On my list, I have the Pennzoil 530 Platinum, which from two different sources, three different sources actually, I've heard nothing but good things about the Platinum. I also have Mobil Trucking SUV. A lot of people don't like the regular Mobil, so I'm hoping I have better results with the Mobil SUV. And if that doesn't work, if the Mobil Trucking SUV don't work, and of course it's 530, I went to the auto parts store recently, and I couldn't find a 030. And why am I mentioning this? Because I don't understand for the life of me how these people have corrupted the minds of drivers into believing that no matter what part of the world you live in, you have to use the same oil. Bull crap. I live in the Midwest, and in the winter time, it can get below zero. And if you have a 10 or a 5 weight oil, that don't always cut it. It starts up, but my personal experience, it takes about 10-12 seconds. It idles up real high, and then it slowly idles down. That's wear. I understand that the oil is going through the different passageways and trying to hit the mark, make sure everything is lubricated, but from point A to point Z, there's no oil residue on those parts, moving parts on those bearings. Maybe not with all engines, but from my experience, that tick tock tick 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 and clacking noise first start of the day, I don't like that. I want to be able to have a nice coat of oil inside the engine, so when I start it up, I don't get that dry start. I don't like dry starts. So I'm gonna try a couple of other 530s, and if it ain't working for me, I'm gonna switch to a thicker oil. But at the same time, like I just said, I live in the Midwest. I'm sorry, but after so many years, that engine starts to wear. The bearings wear. You get scratches along inside the combustion chamber. Yeah, some people might say I'm wrong, but look at it this way. They said GDI engines would be good for us. They removed the injectors and relocated them. How did that work out? Yeah, they came up with a solution, but these people, they get in the lab and they experiment with this stuff 5 to 10 years before they release it to the public. So you had 5 to 10 years to figure out that if you move the injectors, the freaking valves wouldn't go seat right because of carbon buildup. You had 5 to 10 years to figure this out. What test was you running? Then, further along the line, you get these collapsible lifters that don't want to reactivate. Now you got bearings wearing out prematurely. It's just a whole mess. And of course, we can't forget those manufacturers who like to make everything plastic part. It's either going to wear out too soon or it's going to break, because plastic can only take so much pressure off and on. It's expanding, shrinking, expanding, different heat ranges, coldness. That's a lot to ask. So, yeah. I'm just giving you an update, let you know what's going on with me. I'm going to clean up my mess, and then I'll see you out on the road.